Hello and welcome to TCG 353. I am Jamie. We are playing Emu today. We're going to see how Emu stretches up against this OP15 meta. Some small changes to the deck list, but pretty much it's all the same as what you know and hate from previous sets from OP13. The big change, and pretty much the only change that we're seeing here, is this Rose Ward. I'm running two of it. The Emu is the type of deck that you're going to draw and discard pretty much your whole deck, so you will be able to find something. And Rose Ward is a card that you only really want one of. You only get to use it or get the full benefit of it once, in my opinion, anyway. So, key up to two of your opponent's characters with a base cost of 3 or less. You're always going to have only Celestial Dragon types on the field, so that's good for our deck. That's happy days. You may trash one card from your hand. That's part and parcel for Emu's kit. Everything else is standard. You got your Elders, you have your typical 2K, your Shalria, your big boys, then your 5 Elder boss monster to drop down in turn 10. We're running 2 of the 3Ks, 4 4Ks, 4 4Ks, and 2 verse stages and a searcher. Very standard Emu list. It doesn't change that much in OP15. Emu is the type of leader that it depends what the actual environment looks like. Emu's not really going to change all that much. It's a high skill deck, so you're going to see some bad gameplay today. It is a high skill deck because you can count your cards. You're constantly trashing, so you can eventually understand what card is going to come next. You're not going to see this high level play off me. You're going to see some good decision making, ideally. Making the right decisions, when to discard and when to keep, and trying to get those 5 elders in trash as soon as possible. The game plan, the strategy stays much the same. Pseudo defensive, and get your Saturns out to build up your hand in a way that you want, and get some 5 elders into your hand. So 10 on, then you can just start power creeping, I guess, powering your opponent down. Great deck as always. It's fun to play, not fun to play against. So let's hope for no mirror matches and some good games. Let's get into it. Okay, we're going up against a Trigger Bonney, which is cool. You'd love to see different sorts of decks. We are going to keep this hand because we have our Searcher and we have our 2 big monsters. I'm probably going to trash one of these at the start, depending on if we get a Saturn or not. Because I know Bonney can actually be aggressive. Okay, we'll take the 2K. Days, and we'll get 4, 3. We'll trash you. Draw 1 card as well. Another Shalria. Very nice. Okay, so here we'll take our Saturn, build up our trash that way, and we will most likely 2 for 6 trash or Mars. Okay, and we pass. You know what? Emu is one of those decks or one of the few decks that I have as a physical, and so I've taken it to locals. And outside of having to shuffle and search and trash and all these things that my hands aren't so used to doing, it's a great deck to play. Oh, cool! So this Bonney has the Trillabark package, which is very interesting to see. First things first, trash or Shalria, draw a card. We have 1 Elder in trash now. Oh, we have 2 Elders in trash. Okay, and the rest of our Elders that we need, we've seen in hand. So we're in a good position. We're just going to swing 5. Presume they take because they want the trigger. No, building up their trash, I guess. Play out a Celestial Dragon. We search. I'll take a 10 cost and pass. So we're gonna get swung at with 5. Okay, we're gonna get swung at with 6 and 7. Okay. Yes, 7 smart from him. We're gonna counter this this here. This 6 I'm also going to counter. Oh, sorry for thinking so long there. I think it's important to know what your best avenue is. And he's going to freeze my Saturn next turn again, which is fine with us actually, now that I think about it. We can swing 7 into this. He gets a search, that's fine. He gets a hog back, so we could possibly see that next turn. And we will, now trash our Saturn. Ooh. And will we play our Saturn or will we pop this? I think we'll pop this because we're going to get swung out aggressively, so it's nice to have this blocker in the field. Select one card to trash. We will trash Tuca, and we'll KO this. Our blocker can't attack, but that's fine with us. We weren't going to anyway. Next turn we go up to 8. 3 life is a good position to be in. I'd be guessing he's going to swing 9 this turn, which is okay. Very interesting to see this deck. Yellow obviously is very strong at the moment with all the support cards that after coming out, and also just okay. And 3. Okay, so next turn, this is what I'm thinking here. Next turn we'll have 8 on, so we can go 3 and 4. So I'll counter this out 2 cat. And we will take this. Okay, very nice. Yeah, so we're swinging 5 here. Yes, we are. We're swinging 5, but let's see first if there's a better idea. No, this is all good. And we'll just reorder these here in case we do get there. And we'll go drop our 7 after this, but first let's hit him with a 5. Trash. Justice. Yeah, 5 is still the way we want to go here. So 5 into life. Could take, might not take. I think you should take. Should get a trigger off this, yep. Cool, and we'll play out our Peter. Peter. If it was Family Guy, that's what the card's name would be. Peter. Okay, so he's got some swings now. Okay, Triggerback's starting to flood. Interesting. It could be a long game for us. I'm going to focus on controlling the board as best I can. So we're going to get 5 and 6, 7. Counter this 5. If I can keep two of these guys on the field, or 2 of these guys on the field, I can swing 2 7s into this. So I'm happy to do that. And 7 I don't want to take either. Okay, we'll say no blocker with trash for counter here. 7 7. And we will take the block. We had the event, but there's no immediate need for it. So we're going to go, okay. And he has prone and trash. Swing 7 here. Triggers that out. Can't attack into it, which is fine. We'll go and trash and draw. doesn't give us much use here, which is fine. Rest, play, trash or field, select one card to trash. This is doing nothing for us actually. And we'll go search first, take a Krieg. Select one card to trash to get rid of this. I think we will be able to play out a blocker here, but that's fine because the blocker will come out rested and I can just swing into it easily enough. So we will Trasher Searcher. KO this. And he has the option to not trigger it out also. There's a world that he doesn't. I wouldn't fully understand why he wouldn't though. Oh. Okay, he's just able to play it out just like that. Which is cool. Attack 7. Minus that just for fun. And now this is where he gets trigger heavy, but it's also we put in heavy aggression. Is he gonna rest? Okay, so he can rest our Warkery. So next turn we can expect maybe 3 7s. 3 7s, a 9 and a 10. Which we can handle those, so that's okay. Just be curious now what else he can put out from the top of his hat. Another trigger you'd be thinking? No. Okay, so we have 11k counter and 1 blocker. I really don't feel like we're going down next turn. It's really cool to see one of these new decks, right? Bonney wasn't the leader that got all that much love, but I mean, this yellow Thriller Barks. Ooh. Swinging 5s is actually tough for us. We'll take that first one. We'll block this one. Counter this. 10, 15. We could bait him. Actually, we could bait him into swinging 15, 4, 8, 13, 3. I actually have enough, so I'm going to take this. And we're hoping he attaches 10 to leader, because I have counter for it. No, Bonney. Okay. Glad we took that life anyway. Let's go 3 here, 4, 8. Yeah, we're fine. You're fine. Go. Okay, now let's see. Could get lucky with a trigger, but I mean, it looks pretty good for us so far. So we'll swing with our lower powers first. Okay, 7. Swing an 8. We're going to use this to finish off as well. Just for your information. It's coming out. You rested a character, wow. Okay, so that changes our sequencing. So we're going to spend 3 for this. So we'll have 6 left. 3. Yeah, we'll go another 8. That was a nice trigger there. Okay. Well, I guess there's no point. Yeah, I mean, there's no point really of playing out this guy. Just whack into him and get the win. Imu was pretty good. It was a very interesting deck from our opponent. I think I'm fortunate that I took the life early. and didn't counter it because I would have lost actually if I had used the 3k counter. I would have got, yeah, I would have had to use 3k, 4k for his leader swing, and then it would have been 4k and 1k I would have had for his 11k Bonney swing. So I guess I was lucky. I guess I did made a nice little play there. Okay, so we are going first against Krieg. I'm hearing Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel play in my head because I love this deck. I really like playing as Krieg. I really do. So it'll be fun to play against him and see how it does. I have an idea of the matchup. I guess he can control the board quite well, but it depends on how he wants to play it with his characters and swinging and the aggression he wants to put on me. If he's going to put the aggression into life, or is he going to try and control the board as best he can? We know he's got a Jin anyway, so no shock what happens later on. 3, 5, 3, 7, 3, 3. Yeah, it's probably better here because eventually we'll be able to take a rush 7k and not just trash you. Get another horse. Attack 7k. It's good to get these leader swings in because I mean he's not hurting our leader. 8, we have our Saturn, or we have our Jupiter. We have our Saturn and trash. It would be nice to see a horse though. 2 cost and 3 cost, that's not really relevant for this matchup, I'll be honest. So we won't take it, we'll take 2k instead. Nice, nice. We got our Warcry, so we're going to swing 7 again. And I'm going to cycle out one of these horses. Give me a 2k and a 1k if he wants. That'd be good for me. Takes the draw off the trigger. Very good. We take our search. It'd be nice to take up the event, but our Mars here is very useful. He could play the Vita, which would kind of stunt her coolness a little bit. But until we know he has the Albedo, until he plays it down with his Jin here now, you just never know. Okay. One for you, one for me. Let's see what you're doing. We're going to take a bit of aggression here next turn, so I don't actually want to take this swing. Because the crackback off this is going to be pretty intense. We'll play this down and we'll KO you straight up. Because Jin is very good for the aggression for Krieg, but it doesn't actually give him anything in by ways of his leader ability. So it'll cost us 3. We want to keep 1 up for events, so let's play Shalria and see what happens. We will take this because it's looking pretty strong for us at the moment actually. And next turn is 9 done. We can play 4 and 3. 2 done up, which is pretty nice, so I think I'll trash another horse. Trash, draw 1 card. Savage. Okay, so we'll go. We have 6, I'll attach 2. Swing 7. 7's are a really good number as we're seeing here. Let's put 2 cards in hand. Okay, I made a misplay. I should have blown up this Morgan before he could have done anything. But I didn't, so now we're going to pivot. Okay. and for me, it's not worth it to swing this 5 because it's going to get ripped. I'd rather wait till next turn and stack my hits more efficiently and blow this up also. So we're going to leave this. Yeah, I don't want to lose this Saturn and just let it get removed. I don't think that'd be wise. Okay, another Morgan? No. Okay, first things first, this airlock has got to go. It's absolutely must go. So 2 and a 1. No, I don't. I don't have the counter for it. No, no, I don't. Okay. Okay, we still have a strong defensive turn next, so I'm okay with taking this. I'm gonna trash one of these. I might just trash this, you know. Yeah, we'll trash this. Okay, so our turn now is blow this up because it taking active Donna is going to break my heart. Yeah, play this out cheap. Select one card to trash you, get rid of you. Thank you very much. Get out of here. Now we have 6 Dawn that we can play with. I can just swing 6, it'll probably give me 6 and a 1. Which I think is okay because it's more important for us to go into this. Yeah, I mean, he's going to rest his blocker. So playing a second blocker means we can actually get a blocker off. So we'll just swing 6, simply enough. See if he takes. Could just block and then 1k, which is fine with us. Okay, so it's a 2. Lovely. Deploy this and end turn. Okay, so he can rest one of the blockers thanks to this Morgan ability, and he can also, if he has a Krieg in hand, yeah, he can remove this board, can't he? If he has a Krieg in hand, he can only rest 1. That being said, so 1 thing can be done, and I'll take a few punches, but nothing serious. The Kyoro, in my opinion, doesn't do so much from this turn. And he rested the wrong one because I want to draw off this Warcry as if I can possibly. No blocker, too good. Look at this one, hopefully that's perfect now. I can make 2 and a 1. And take 7. Okay, so we're very defensive next turn. And we're not going to use our Mars ability, which is good to know. He has nothing under leader actually. So we could go 7, 7, 3, 4. So if we go 7 and 7, then we have 7 on left. It's going to cost us 4 to get our leader ability. And our 5 elders out, so we'll have 3 on left, so we'll be able to use 3 events, which is really nice. So I think that's what we'll do. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do. 7 here. And him blocking with the Kuro is sort of risky for him, because I inherently want to swing into it, and once I get my horse out, my horse will be able to swing into it for 7 into 5, so I'll most likely get it. And I won't use Mars at all, I'll just keep the hand the way I want it. So let's trash this draw. Good stuff. Rest of 3 Dawn, trash this here. Select 1 card to trash. Having a counter is really nice. So let's go here. Keep clicking until I find all of them. Yeah, okay. Searches. Pick up another event. Is it overkill? Yeah, I think it is overkill. So we'll take the horse. And we won't trash anything because give your leader minus 2,000 power instead. No, we won't. And we'll swing 7 and knock this down by 2. So if he wants to block, he pretty much has to give us the blocker. Okay. Okay, so what do we have to be afraid of other than fear itself? We have Erlang, which can take one of her Don away. But I mean, we're in a very good position defensively. He can also rest one blocker. Okay. I can negate that with ground debt. So do something else. If he swings with this now, he could be in trouble. I do believe he could be in trouble if he swings with that. 7. We will forget. I was just thinking whether I should 2k to 1k, but I don't think it's too wise. You know what? 9-9. Knock one, and then I take 1 life. So I'm going to block out of this one. The idea is to try and get him to swing with his Kuro. That is the hope. Beyond all hopes. 9. Yeah, I'm going to counter that. Nice. Okay. Well, we're thankful for that. Okay. And he concedes. So he had 1k, 2k, 3k. We were going to swing, we were going to negate this for 3 Don. And then we were going to probably swing 5, 5. You know what? I would have just went all in my leader. So because I could have gone all in my leader if he completely countered out of it, then it would have been 5, 5, 5, 5. So you'd have to have 4 1Ks, which is boom, all his hand, and you know that implies that he has 1 card that can give him 13k counter, which I haven't seen in the game just yet, but who knows? Maybe OP15 will be crazy. Those were the Emu games. Alright, let's talk with the deck for a little while now and wrap this up. So is Emu still best second format? When it came out in OP13, I thought so. The ace matchup was very, very hard, but I mean you could be so dominant into other decks that it felt the coin toss matchup of ace was almost worth it. I preferred playing Emu than I preferred playing ace, and I played them both. In OP15, I think Emu has a very good spot in the meta. This Rose Ward didn't come up for me all that much. I mean, if you're playing Emu, you're going to be doing Emu things. It's a great deck to have as a budget deck as well. I don't think many people mention that. My deck cost me all in all €30. I haven't anything fancy and I know all darts. I think I got some Stussies at the time, which might have been a little expensive. And I mean, Stussies not even in the deck profile anymore. They would have replaced with Rose Wards, and the Shirahoshi 2k counter is a bit expensive, but not so much. And I'm not running that in this list at all. I'm just running 8 2ks because I think with the amount of counterpower you have, I mean, you have 8 4Ks and 2 3Ks. You don't really need it. You're going to be keeping Don up for events very often. And we've seen Krieg, which is like a sort of counter to Emu, being able to minus 2k to negate the Jupiter, and also to have the Erlang, which can give an active Don and throw it away. we seen that in the matchup today, and it's the same process playing as Emu. You play it slow, you try and control, you try and defend, and you'd like to get into endgame with 2 life. Averagely enough, 2 life is nice because you're going to be able to defend a lot once you get there. And once you start stringing boss monsters, you start drawing cards, you start removing players from your opponent's field. It just feels good, and it's dominant once you get to 10. So it's like a resource strategy up until then. It's the same playing style as OP13 as it is in OP15. In my opinion, this Rose Ward is put in here for the Purple and Now matchup, and there could be some other cool techs. Like for example, this is just off the top of my head here now, but you can't use events with a cost of 2 or more. But this card here could be nice. Your opponent's characters with a base cost of 5 or less cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next end phase. And you could possibly use a Celestial Dragon that does something like this. So, for example, this in Charlos does all your opponent's characters get -4 to their cost. So you'd be able to freeze 9 cost for 1 Don, which is pretty good. Obviously, it's very situational, but you can do that, and it's kind of strong. Also, when you think about using this with ground debt, that means that you can freeze or you can negate the effect of 1 character up to a 9 cost, which is good for, say, Mihawk. It's good enough against Crocodile because you can remove it without it coming back as KO. It's just Crocodile has a big stat line. It's also good into not so much into Enel and other decks that like. I guess you can negate Sabo having a blocker. There's options, basically, is what I'm saying. For little bits of tech options for the ground debt and for this base cost or less card. Emu's a cool deck, very strong deck, and will be strong going forward always. I think it'll go up and down in the meta. I've seen some tier lists put it at a B plus. It could be higher, to be honest, because it's so strong. I think it's one of these decks that, in the right hands, it just goes nuts. I was hopefully able to show some of that to you guys today. Let me know what you think of Emu and OP15. I think it's the same spot as OP13. It's just a really strong black deck. Let me know what you think regards other leaders you want to see played in the OP15 meta, and all else. Yeah, if there's anything you want to say, put it in the comments. If you want to let me know you like this, then hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe, then you're free to do so. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.